For every year that passes, the challenge of climate change proves ever more daunting and complex. All over the planet, cities face a wide variety of threats, such as catastrophic hurricanes, massive flooding, and melting ice caps. To counter these and other dangers, architects and engineers from the Nordic countries have come up with new innovative solutions, both at home and abroad. While their methods may vary, their goal is the same: creating a new sustainable sort of resilience, not just protecting cities, but allowing them and the citizens to thrive. In this film, we'll take a look at 5 of these Nordic solutions. In the Nordic countries, a lack of water is hardly ever the issue, quite the opposite. Bergen, Norway is in fact one of the rainiest cities in Europe. But when tasked with designing the city's new university, Norwegian architecture firm Snøhetta decided to see this not as a challenge, but as an opportunity.
It is an extremely robust school. All the surfaces are meant to handle the activities that are ongoing here. Outside our building we have a huge plaza, and the plaza is actually an important part of the school's program. It is a space where we share art together with the city, but more than that, it also contains 2 huge retention pools, 2 wetland areas. So from our roof, which is 4,100 square meters, all the rainwater coming down is drained down to a huge tank. And from there off, we actually let all the water go out underneath the plaza area. So it has a very technical function, but also a very social function. Our project has met the budget. It's a little bit under the budget. So still we have added value. What we have done has not been programmed. Nobody has asked for it. So it's a matter of being a little bit switched on and look for the possibilities you have. And I think that's a responsibility we all have. And I hope our approach can inspire others. And as I said, it doesn't necessarily cost more money.
Meanwhile, in neighboring Sweden, the western port of Gothenburg finds itself threatened by rising sea levels. In tackling the problem, the purely technical questions are only a starting point. Equal weight is given to the social aspects, the hearts and minds of the citizens.
Well, our project, Högvattenskydd Göta älv, it's about to protect the city center from rising sea levels. Gothenburg is affected by western storms, so in the long term they want to have a gate at the entrance of Göta älv. They also need to cope with the general sea level rise when they don't have the gate closed, and thereby they need to have this flood protection inside the city as well. I'm an engineer, so my first view was that, okay, this is very, very interesting and challenging from a technical perspective. But during this project, I've also become more and more interested in the social aspects of this flood protection measures, because they will take so much space in the city and there will be such a visible object. So I think the social issues, how you can use these flood protection for other purposes as well, I think that is at least as interesting.
The Icelandic capital Reykjavik has set itself a goal: to become entirely carbon neutral by 2030. In the process, the city intends to restore its surrounding wetlands. A decision not just environmentally sound for Iceland, but for the planet.
We are aiming at get Reykjavik carbon neutralized in 2030. This is one of the things we can do. We can stop the flowing from these wetlands. Some decades ago, they were digging ditches in the land and were lowering the water level, and then the carbon dioxide start to flow from the area, and by heightening the water level again, we will stop that flow of carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. We have a case study. The study showed that we were gaining a lot of money by stopping this flow of carbon to the atmosphere. But of course it is not money in the pocket, but for the whole earth it's money. I hope our project in Reykjavik, Úlfarsdalur, the wetland we are restoring, can help other countries to get inspired to do something about their wetlands and to stop the carbon dioxide flowing from the wetlands or former wetlands and help the atmosphere.
Helsinki, Finland intends to take a leading role in the global struggle against climate change. The first task is turning the city's abundant stormwater from a problem to a resource.
iWater project is about managing stormwater in cities. Because of climate change, the intensity and amount of rain will increase in the future, and that stormwater can be a huge risk if it isn't handled properly. City of Helsinki wants to be one of the leaders in adapting to climate change, and stormwater management is a huge part of that.
The main idea of the filtering is of course that it filters out the pollutants from the urban surface waters. There is 3 phases in this system, and when the rain event starts, it goes into the filters. First there is a detention basing, and which kind of stabilizes the water before it enters to the coarse filters. And after that the water goes in fine filter and then outlet. So it's very easy.
By developing stormwater management, we can build a city that is sustainable but also really cool place to live in with all the added greenery. I think we're developing a better city.
Now the Nordic countries stand ready to export their solutions all over the world. One of them is Danish architecture firm BIG, who is tasked with the protection and transformation of Manhattan, New York City.
So the Big U is actually a project that came out of the superstorm Sandy, which hit New York, and a competition was held, Rebuild by Design. We came up with a solution of the Big U, which was to protect 10 miles of New York coastline. The polar caps are melting, the sea level is rising, and that when you consider that most cities are built either along water, large bodies of water, lakes, oceans, or rivers, these cities are at risk of flooding. We look at the Big U as a kind of flood prevention mitigation challenge, but we don't want it to be an engineered solution that is only looking to build concrete walls all around the city. We want it to be something that can be social infrastructure, so that you have the infrastructure to protect the city, but you also lay over a social element that everyone in the city can enjoy. I'm pretty sure that for $4 to $5 billion, you will get a lot of preventive measures and a lot of open space and parkland. One storm caused $20 billion of damage in New York alone. And if you think about it that way, then a $4 or $5 billion investment is not that bad. If you're investing the kind of $4 or $5 billion, invest it in something that people can use every single day. And then when the storms come, it also protects. So it's getting more for the investment.
Needless to say, these are just a few examples of Nordic problem solving with regards to creating resilient cities. Examples abound all over the region, each one tailor-made to match the unique challenges of the given case. In the years to come, new challenges will inevitably arise. And as they do, Nordic sustainable solutions are sure to become a much sought-after commodity, promising not just protection from the forces of nature, but indeed an increased quality of life.